What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is a how-to video. If you watch a previous video, we had John Moore learning how to nose press, but I didn't give you guys the instructions on how to. So right now I'm going to teach you guys how to nose press on several different obstacles, including flat ground. So this is for everyone ranging from beginner to expert. And if you don't know how to bunny hop, then this video might not be for you, because you need to learn how to pressure and bunny hop off of the front wheel in order to even do this trick. So how you feeling after all the body bags and Grim Reapers getting you?
I'm ready to learn.
Ready to learn the right way?
Heck yeah. Awesome. Not just this way, that way. I mean, like you said, we're going to start from the beginning up and hopefully, you know, become pro then. Be soon.
All right, so what we're going to start with is your basic curb. Right down here is a regular curb. We're going to do it to Fakie. So I'm going to teach you guys how to absorb the curb. What I mean by that is, like, if I threw a baseball at you and you had no glove, you're not just going to try to catch it with your bare hands. You're going to try to take its speed by stepping back a little bit and absorbing the impact of it. So it's kind of the same thing here with this. All right, so if you're looking to do different types of nose presses, go in the description below. There'll be a bunch of different timestamps. Feel free to click them, find the area that best suits you. All right, so you want to try to find a curb that is not going to allow your front wheel to go over it. See how my back end comes up like that when I run into it? That's what you want. The next step is, if you could do fakies, this will really help with the trick on trying to absorb the actual momentum going forward. I'll show you guys. All right, so it's always good to do the fakie one first to give you the idea of how to absorb the impact, like I was saying. You can't just run into the curb. Running into the curb then will just make your bike do this, and it'll bounce away from the curb. You want to go into it with kind of like soft arms. So where when you go in, you're letting your arms kind of come towards your chest, and then that right there locks in your wheel. And then when you're ready to descend and go backwards, you just drop back, let your arms out, and fakie out like you normally would do a 180 to fakie. Now the same thing goes with the nose press to 180. You don't want to go in with that speed, like I said, because you're going to just run into it and bounce off. So you're going to want to do that same exact arm motion that I said, where you absorb the impact, go in, but things get a little bit tricky here. You want to really absorb in a lot of the impact with your hand that you have that's turning out to help you spin out. So mine is my left hand, so I spin to the left. I'm absorbing all of it here so that I can preload and pull harder with my left arm. So in that turn, my back wheel starts to fish over like that, and I'll end up popping out. When I pop out, you may not get the rotation. You might land like this a couple times. But the whole goal is to at least get some type of a rotation, because taking this to a bank or a quarter pipe is definitely crucial with that, because if you don't get any rotation and you end up just hanging up your front end, you can really hurt yourself. All right, so depending on where you're located, if you have any skate parks or if you don't, if you can find some type of bank setup to learn this, it'd be in your best interest. This right here is probably the most mellow bank that we have here at the skate park. We put up a grind box on the top to kind of give it a little bit of the same idea that we learned there in that curb. I'm gonna do the exact same things. I'm gonna do it to fakie and then the 180 out, just to kind of show you guys it's the exact same motion. If anything, it should be a lot easier though. So with that, like I said, I use the exact same technique I showed you on the flat ground. On that, it should work pretty easy and fairly similar. Like I said, the more mellow bank that you find, the easier it'll be for you to learn. All right, so the next one we are on is a little bit bigger of a bank to a setup. Now this one right here is gonna feel a lot like a quarter pipe. Now there's really not gonna be much of a difference between this and a quarter pipe, except for the transition and the coping. Now as far as the height, this right here, you gotta be very, very comfortable going up bigger obstacles and gauging your speed, because if you don't, it is game over. John's very familiar with that. This right here is not gonna be any different with the whole technique. It just takes a little bit more courage. We're just gonna get right into it and skip on to the next one, and then the last one before John gets on here. All right, so this one is pretty familiar to John. We are gonna do a nose press on both of these. The only difference between these two sub boxes is a gap about that far, which means you have to absorb the wall or the sub box a lot more in order to pop out. We're only gonna do this one to 180 out instead of Fakie because this is John's kryptonite. If he makes it past this, I've got one extra special one for him that I think he'd be really stoked on to pull today. I'm not too sure how John's gonna feel about that other sub box. It is a lot harder of a pull coming in, and you have to know how to pull up on the handlebar to get over the threshold of the coping, which can be pretty dangerous if you clip on that. And I don't think I have any clips of that, and hopefully we don't get any. Praying for John Moore today for the nose press, but let's get to the biggest one that John's gonna have to do today, and we're gonna get him right on the video, testing out all my little methods. All right, so the final one. This one's not really a sub box, but we have a little quarter pipe up here, and there's a 2x6 in the center, and that's where you're gonna be strategic and place your front wheel to wedge it. Now John, I told him that it might be easier for him to learn how to pop out of it on this one specifically to do a fakie. So we're gonna do a fakie one, and then a 180 out, and we're gonna get John warmed up and out here. All right, so this last bit of advice is actually only useful on a quarter pipe. You don't want your back wheel to shift or swing too far over on the quarter pipe. What I end up doing is just getting it up just enough to where as it's falling backwards, I'm already popping the 180 in. Because if you get it too high or over the deck, you risk snagging your front wheel or casing. And I can't really think of the last time I did that, or that I saw anything like that. But hopefully we don't see that today. And I'm pretty confident that John's gonna get this. He's gonna get all of these, and I hope that this video so far has helped you out with the process of doing a nose press. So now none other than John Moore is gonna be hitting the course and hopefully landing everything and not actually hitting the course. So here we go. All right, so the first obstacle John's gonna attack is the one that I attacked first, this curb. He's gonna see if he's got it. He's gonna do a couple fakie ones on here, but he does not have to do a fakie through this process. That was for you guys. He's not too good at fakies. Today's goal for him is just do nose press 180 and show you guys the process. And if my little pointers work for him, then they should work for you. Nice.
All right, now we call that. My nemesis.
It's the hardest one you're gonna have to do. I want to reiterate right there, that is going to be the hardest nose press 180 you guys are going to have to do on a curb, because there's no transition for you guys to be able to have enough time to descend into. So as you graduate from this onto a bank, the nose press 180 is going to be a heck of a lot easier. I just want to reiterate that for you guys. Like I said, you're gonna have the bank that's gonna allow you to be able to descend into it. So you're gonna pop off and you're gonna land about 6 to 8 inches down. So that actual rotation is gonna be perfect when you go to pop into the bank. So next obstacle is the small bank that's behind me. Nice. Yeah, there you go. See that fakie? All right, so we're gonna pick John's brain real quick and see what's worked for him so far that I've said and what hasn't.
Pretty much what worked for me was like what Mike said, when you go into it, that absorbing the actual sub box. It's just like, you know, when you do a foot jam or you grab an egg and you throw it up, you just absorb and then exert it. And that worked out a lot, but what didn't work is running right into it. Too much speed kills it. So do not do that. Just coast up to it, get into it, and just bounce out.
Now on to the next one. This is the bigger sub box. This will be the one that leads him up to the big dog at the end of this video. I did warn him before that is really one fast fakie, because there's a lot of little obstacles for you to really get wrecked on. But we'll count it. He rotated around and pulled it. Right now he's gonna try the nose press 180. Like I said before, this is a great stepping stone for all the bigger obstacles. Yeah. All right, so far, which one has been easiest?
The steeper one.
Steeper one.
They just send you right up into it. So easy. Get into it, absorb, and pop out.
Awesome. All right, so now to the smaller quarter pipes with the sub boxes. This is gonna be probably the second hardest one that he has to do here, but it's really gonna help him with the process of popping into a transition versus a bank. And that's what he's gonna need. So he's gonna need for the end result. because that end result one, if he pulls that, he is going to be so stoked, because that's going to be something he does on his daily routine with riding.
All right, we're back.
My nemesis.
The nemesis.
His nemesis. I'm going to show you guys what we're talking about if you guys didn't see the previous video, because it was pretty gnarly compilation.
Get it, John. Redemption. First try. Heck yeah. And you survived the spine.
Oh, that actually worked out really well.
Heck yeah.
10 times easier in the banks. Dude, it sends you right into it. Dude, it's gonna be everyday event now.
Heck yeah.
Oh my God, that was so much easier. So much easier.
All right, so what about that one?
I'll try it.
All right, so this one's a little farther, which makes a little bit more effort, but I think he's got it. Dang, first try!
Yeah.
Yes! Hell yeah!
That was awesome.
Look at that, new learn, only taking John about 10 years to actually want to dabble with this trick. So we're going to take him to the next one. The next one is the hardest one to get the courage to do, because it's a steeper quarter pipe. But having seen that right there, I think he's got a first try. No problem at all.
All right, John, you need to aim right there, all right? Shouldn't be a problem. Right now you're on a roll. I think you got this.
Cross my fingers, it's gonna work.
Heck yeah, just don't cross your fingers while you're doing the trick, okay?
Okay.
that might be game over. What? Dude, you got this one first try, I know it. You got it, bro.
I think John's got it in the next couple goes. He's got the first one out of the way. He's all antsy to get this done and over with, because he's so stoked to be able to have this one in the bag.
Oh! Are you good?
Yeah.
Man.
Slid.
So that right there might look like it hurt really bad, but actually that's the best case scenario for him. You don't want to take a limb off. If you're popping in, you feel like you're awkward, stay all feet and hands on the bike, because if you take a foot off, your wrist sitting on your leg and really hurting yourself. Same thing with your arm as well. So him popping in and sliding down a slide, like as if he was at a little like playground or something like that, is the best case scenario.
Oh,
So
getting closer, bro. Yes!
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
So, all in all, the pointers worked out for you. You conquered the beast. Hell yeah.
Just the curb. I didn't say the curb's the hardest. If you can do that, you're on his level.
So, in closing this video, we're actually going to get John to do a line to that trick. I know he actually doesn't even know that I even planned this out for him, but I'm going to come up with a line for him, and he's going to end it on a nose press.
Oh, look at that. Hell yeah.
I'm pumped, I'm pumped.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I tried so hard with all that speed to slow down. That 3, I was like, I even absorbed the ground, I didn't care.
Hell yeah, what a day. John learning something new he hasn't done ever, and he's doing it for you guys to go through the same process that you guys are gonna have to go through while watching this video. So if you guys like this video, you guys like how-to videos, drop a comment below on any new how-to tutorials you guys wanna learn in the near future. If you guys have any suggestions for Will It Ride videos, which we are filming 2 this coming week, drop a comment below. If you like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.